video is much like the previous one, but this one is the documentary about the buses that I took a ride on in that video. The video will be linked at the top here so you can have a look. This one is my documentary video with a lot more historic information about the vehicles and why they went out of service. I mentioned a little bit in the previous video, but that was just a sort of a introduction to the video I'm about to do now, even though it's 6 minutes and 34 seconds long. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to place as much information in this video as I possibly can, and I'll talk about bits and pieces. I might pop up like this every so often. I might just speak over the video completely. I don't know yet. But anyway, enjoy this documentary that I put together using information from the internet and knowledge that I've learned since these buses went out of service in 2005. Anyway, enjoy the documentary. Cheers. This is the Routemaster that I am talking about. This is the bus of buses. This bus was on London streets for over 50 years and only withdrawn because it was not feasible to keep these buses on the streets on proper routes. They're only produced on historic routes because people missed them, and London Transport or Transport for London needed to make a bit of extra revenue from the 15 leftover buses still left in their garages that they did not have the heart to scrap. Let's go through to the present day. You may recognise this bus. This is also a Routemaster, but it does not capture my heart like the first Routemaster, the original Routemaster, has. This one is a robot of a machine. It is nothing like the original Routemaster, and in my opinion is an ugly looking bus. That is my own personal opinion to this particular vehicle, and I think it would never even take the place of the original Routemaster, but this is the replacement of the historic and old Routemaster bus that I do not like. If you know where to look, you can still find the original Routemaster still in service, but on a much shorter route. It is the number 15 bus. This bus was brought back into service in 2014 to try and bring back some of the things that we love in London. This bus has captured my heart even as a child, and I was saddened when this bus went out of service in 2005. So why were these buses brought back into service? Well, I'm going to try to explain that in this video. Why were they taken out of service in the first place in 2005? I'm going to try to explain that in this video too, to try and give you an idea to why this bus is loved so much. The information I've got this from is Google and a few YouTube videos as well. I'll try to link some of those at the end of the video and give as much information throughout, just so you know where I get the information from and how I place this video together. The Routemaster bus had a unboltable body bolted up onto subframes so the frame could be removed and repaired quite easily. It had a 4-speed manual AEC gearbox. It had one door at the back and the engine was placed at the front with the driver. It had a conductor as well to collect the fares, obviously. Also, the Routemaster bus had windows that open on the top, unlike the original Routemaster. The MEC one was delivered in 1954, went into service in 1954. The last bus went out of service in 2005. Thousands of people lined the route to say goodbye to this beloved bus. This bus is known globally, as I stated already. This is one of the best buses London has ever produced in the whole entire history. It is well worth taking a ride on one of these buses. You won't regret it. You can't pay using a cash card or payment card. You can only travel if you got a Oyster card or a bus pass of some sort. No cash payments are accepted on any of London's buses these days, and that goes for the Routemaster. The original one, a conductor used to collect fares, but these days the buses do not accept bus fares, only Oyster cards. The reason why these buses were taken out of permanent service was the following. It was not feasible to carry wheelchair users. It had no wheelchair space for wheelchairs, and with disabled persons' requirements, modern buses required this. Those people were saddened when they heard the news that the Routemaster was going out of permanent service. Nothing could replace this beloved bus. This bus has captured many people's hearts and is featured in loads of films as well, such as Harry Potter and Cliff Richard's. We're all going on a summer holiday. I forget the name of the film, but it featured in a Cliff Richard film as well. But yeah, this bus was and still is one of the best buses that you could ever catch in London, and loads of people respect this old baby of a bus. The bus runs from Trafalgar Square through Fleet Street, past the Royal Courts of Justice and to Tower Hill, and it is a bumpy ride, but what do you expect from a 50-year-old bus? A good 50-year-old baby as well. In 2015, London Transport tried to introduce the London Routemaster back onto the streets, but it has not captured as many hearts as the original one has. People travel all over the world to ride this bus, and tourists do too. It is one of London's secret buses, as half asleep Chris explains in his video. His video is one of the most finest examples of this type of video on the internet, and he has done pretty well as well. But going back to this lovely bus, when I was a kid, I remember going to Westminster and riding the old number 11 Routemaster bus. It had a conductor on, and that conductor was very friendly. These days, you do not have much interaction throughout, bus rides in London. The bus driver is isolated in a cab by himself, and they don't talk. Well, they're not allowed to. But the conductor was one of the best things they ever had on London's buses, and we miss that to this day now. This bus has captured the hearts globally, and what does the future hold for this bus? I don't know. But what I do know, that this bus is one of my childhood loved buses. I rode the number 11 bus in 1994, and I loved it. It had a conductor what used to collect fares. These days they don't collect fares, but it does have a conductor. The modern buses are not the same as these ones. The new ones you can't open the windows. The old ones you can open the windows. New ones ain't got bolt-on bodies and subframes. The old ones have. They're easy to work on. What does the future hold for these buses? I don't know, and I can't say. But I'm hoping to see these buses still on the road up until many years to come. This bus has captured my heart even as a child. And I'm so glad that I've had the chance to ride on one of these buses again, and it didn't cost me anything because I was using my Freedom Pass. This bus is, and still would be in 1,000 years' time, the number one London icon. Everyone missed this bus when it went out of service permanently, but they brought it back, thankfully, for an historic route, and only a select few still run. There's still 15 buses owned by London Transport, and you can use your Oyster card and you bus passes on this, but you cannot pay cash or use contactless payment cards on these buses. Part 2 to this documentary is coming very soon. Thank you for watching. Cheers.